fellas. Thank you for joining us. Today we know, being 15th of August 2025, we understand that there's a by-election going on all over the country, and the APC have not failed to pass their foot and fingerprint. As we have it right now, it is happening currently in Kaduna, where people are getting beaten to stupor. Right? As you have it over my screen over there, people's ballot boxes have been hijacked. Everything in Nigeria is pointing towards it is either we do or we die as it stands. Let me tell you, in Anambra State also, it is reported that thugs that are loyal to Apuga, these are the people of Soludo, okay, that they are paying 10,000 naira to buy vote and people are receiving it. Let me tell you, Nigerians, for me, in their large numbers, are either cowards or very, very dull people. Let me tell you, why is there a situation that people will, in the morning, tell you that out of APC, and at night, they go back to that APC to collect money to sell their birthright? I have gotten to that point that I will not take Nigerians seriously, but that is not even the most important thing of the day. Are you guys aware that APC Tinubu, they have done something ridiculous? What is that thing? They are successfully working on integrating an act into the electoral act of 2022 that prisoners should be allowed to vote. Do you even know what that means? It is said that it is constitutional to allow prisoners to vote, but the modus operandi is what must be properly monitored. But we all know that since 1999, there has never been a time the prisoners have been allowed to vote. But yeah, we have it under Tinubu. He wants to allow the prisoners to vote. I believe your guess is good as mine, because he understands that a lot of things can happen. You all remember that in 2023 election, all the military polling units, all the polling units in military barracks were won by one man, Peter Obi. Why? Because there was inability of political thugs to run rampage. There was no chance for anybody to run violence. And I'm not saying that it's only APC that engage in such mafiances. No. I'm not going to point one finger to APC and then leave every others. No. All the major parties engage in rigging. And this is what I have said, that you going into 2027 carrying the toga of gentlemanlism politics against Tinubu, you are just a time waster. You are just nothing but a time waster. You have to go into that politics as a warrior, as a fighter, and as a man who believes that I am going in there, it is a do or die affair. Because Tinubu is not joking. A man who has thought about how he will get millions of votes. Imagine they successfully implement this. By 2027, can you tell me the numbers of prisons that we have in this country? Do you know the amount of prisoners as it stands today? I know we don't have less than 5 million prisoners. I know. And there is one thing Tinubu is very good at. And that thing is, he knows how to pay the piper. I mean, the prisoners who in a very long time have not tasted good food. They have not gotten money. Don't be surprised all of a sudden as we get closer to that election, Tinubu's and his government and his campaigners will begin to invest heavily on the prisoners. And there's only one thing the Papa knows how to do. He will be detected by who pays him. It's as simple as that. He will be commanded and controlled by whoever pays him. This is why I said that the oppositions, if they keep sleeping on the bicycle, it will be a home run, an home run for Tinubu 2027. Because look at what is going on in Kaduna. Just see what is going on in Kaduna. I saw a result just recently. In that result, what I found out is APC won Zaria. Alright? APC, they won Zaria, and the result states that APC has they have about 83 numbers of votes. ADC, which is the coalition party, has just 3 votes in Zaria. The next one, SDP, which was the party El-Rufai campaigned for, they got 33 votes. So what does that tell you? It simply tells you that beating APC, most especially beating Tinubu, It's not going to be no, it's not going to be like a piece of meal. No, it's not going to be. It is a, can they do it? I think they can. But the Nigerians needs to be triggered to rise up. Another news is APC, because they found out that they've lost, they are losing in Kano State right as it stands. They have released a memo, and I'm going to read it. They said that APC to INEC, you must cancel the Shanono Bagwai Kano State constituency by election and Gari rerun election. They have said that verifiable reports from Shanono, and Bagwai local government areas have voters fleeing. They are fleeing polling areas with deployed security personnel, overwhelmed by violence, making the prospect of a credible election impossible. APC is telling us that there's wonders shall never happen. Like, for real? APC is telling us that there is violence. Are they kidding me? I know that what is happening in Kano are the boys of Kwankwasias. They are the Kwankwasias. You know those ones, they know they got power, they know they got po. Those ones, very stubborn elements. You all saw how they defended their vote when the Gahuna of APC, they tried to rig, they tried to maneuver through the court. At the appeal court, they said, okay, Gahuna won. But when they got to Supreme oh yeah, at the Court of Appeal, when they got to the Supreme Court, they said, for where? Crowd everywhere in Kano State that time. You guys should remember now. Millions of Kwankwasia with their red caps, chanting, you know, threatening. Eventually, the lawyers, the judges, nobody told them what to do. They asked themselves, do we want to live? Do we want to see our grandchildren and granddaughters? And we know how eventually the NNPP won that election for Abba Gida, the current governor of today. If you have to fight the APC, then you must be able to get yourself bathed in blood, because these guys are not joking. Going to Anambra, there's a video also, as you have it on my screen over there. That video, they said that INEC caught ADC with already completed ballot papers. I don't want to believe this. They said it's in Ugwata. That in Ugwata that they have discovered that there's already completed ballot papers. That these are the handworks of the Peter Obis. Yeah, I mean, I believe this is just a frame. I don't trust them. I don't believe them. I mean, you can have it on my screen. You have it on my screen over there. Me, I don't believe them. I know this is just APC, and they are, the APC know how, the way they did to Fubara. The same way they framed Fubara. They were the ones that went to go and bomb the pipeline, oh, and all of a sudden, within minutes, they said let there be emergency, what's it called? Yeah, emergency rule, and they suspended Fubara. This is exactly what they want to do. They want to frame ADC party so that INEC will either the list or the register ADC. That a party that we just reform that. You guys are already doing this one term level of illegality. No way, we have to do. So the ADC must shine their eyes. Oh. I have stated that Tinubu will not fight you only with political talks. He will fight you with the law. That is who he is. They will frame you, APC and their cohorts. They will put you in trouble. Look at the way they dealt. I mean, Fubara is a perfect example. And what we must understand is this by-elections is a litmus test for the upcoming 2027 election. It is either you will come correct or don't come at all. The oppositions. When I get the liver, make I use that our local balance language. Say the opposition get the liver, when I get the strength to face this APC where we said as of today that Tinubu they fund them. A man who has said that I want to target prison voters. Me, Borisha, I've never heard of such. Like they will start funding prisoners monies. They will begin feed them. When they are serving them, the rest assured that they are serving them with paraphernalia of APC. That is what you should know. These are places that should be apolitical. The prison place should be apolitical. Why should the prisoners be voting? Why should they? But somehow, somewhere, APC they want to just sneak in that agenda or that act. And from there, when they feed the prisoners, they begin to preach to the prisoners that it is the president of the day. You know, he wants you guys to have a voice. This is why you can see you guys are enjoying now. They will probably renovate most of those cells, begin to give them 3 square meals, you know, fumigate the cells. Ah, you know, they will change all their prison clothes, and they'll tell them that, listen, if you want this to continue, why you are still, in fact, this man might even give some of you pardon, but if you want this to continue, just vote APC. Ah, everybody for prison yard go. I'm telling you, people when they sell go vote pastors, because what did they get? Did they have a job? Do they have a job? Because they'll be sold false hope. They'll be told that, listen, you vote us, we our God feel just say, okay, presidential pardon for everybody that has a sentence remaining for 5 years, or then we'll slash it by half. Ah, this is they don't go. Let us be serious. Ah, you know, I think said Tinubu na ordinary man. Hey, this one will be say, we, you know what they call kaka accommodate Pamilayo Maya Tojoropo. Do you know what that means? It means that, well, at least for a child, for a young child to beat me at a game, well, I'll cheat him. I will bypass the rules. But in this instance, is Tinubu even bypassing the rules with his prisoners voting? Because as it stands, that bill has been sent this last year, May 2024, to the Senate, and it has passed the second reading. But nobody is talking about it. By 2026 December, they will pass it as a law. And by 2027, when it's the time for election, it is too late. What can you fight? Man, we have a serious issue at hand, a serious one. Nigerians are reacting. Nigerians are fuming that we must not allow Tinubu to pass this bill. Let's listen to their commentaries. Let's listen to it together.
See, I can be very, I'm very sure that if Tinubu comes out with INEC saying that from prisons, they got 1.5 million votes from each of the prisons, I swear, once they announce that thing, the next thing they will tell you to go to court, and the next thing Tinubu will unleash the armies and everybody. So it is better if they want to insist on doing that, they have to give us that numbers. What is the number of inmates we have in the whole Nigeria? So it's very important we have that numbers. If they can't push back on that. And another thing I would like you to answer, as is it the first time inmates are going to be voting for the very first time? Have they ever been voting? And if this is the first time, then that's a clear indication of red flag. So with that being said, this is why I will still keep on insisting on what I usually say before. It is important we start telling people about this 2x2 something. So that on that day of election, people are not coming to fight. We are coming to just vote the 2x2 to either defend our vote and to protect ourselves. You see, I saw what they did to some people in this Kaduna state, where they beat up somebody, even someone in Benin today. They beat up the guy. Just look at injury. So things like this are not supposed to be happening on election days. But if you give people the liberty to say, okay, want something that will protect you, not to fight, but just to show a symbol of unity, a symbol of a new Nigeria, it will encourage so many people to come out, even if you don't have PVC, come out with your 2x2. So the earlier we start passing that message, let it be sinking into people's head, the better for us, so that on that day of election, people will know that this message has been passed. Surprisingly, you can see the way Obedient Ninjas has already gone viral in a way.
A minute is
Yes,
a
sir.
very, very celestial information. You know, earlier we discussed how it was going rowdy in Enugu and people were running elter skelter. Persons are being shot currently in Remo, Illusion area. And I've put it in the chat box. A man was just shot on the arm because of by-election. I put it on the jumbotron. Violence is going on. Electoral violence is currently going on in Remo, Ogun State. Currently. Go ahead, Ace.
So this is what I'm trying to say with this is, before this Obedient Ninja started propping up, I started insisting on this 2x2 Timber Warriors, Year of the Wood. But all of a sudden, Obedient Ninjas came up. It kind of quashed the idea of these Timber Warriors or the Year of the Wood, which most people now see as kind of
No,
terrorists.
Ace, we didn't squash it. You remember that the first time I heard you were on my space one of those, I think 3 months ago, that was the place I heard it from you first. And remember what I told you that day? I said, so that these guys don't misconstrue you, so that they don't begin to, bite into you legally and pick you up, for a good initiative. I want you, I'm sure that you will find a way you will modernize the system and it will suit into purpose. That was what I said that day. And I'm happy that you have always emphasizing it. And since that day, you've been, having persons to train it and train it with you. And I'm sure that even before the time, you will have a better, way to put down this proposal that will fit into purpose for our electoral process. That's what I said that day. I'm not sure we didn't push it down because I know I was on space again. It wasn't my space where Chris said, was it Chris and Tudor said that was brilliant, but we need to see how we do it so that we are not seen as violent people who are coming with weapons to the polling unit. That's what Chris said that day. Remember?
Yes, I do remember. So what I'm saying, Jaju, you see, I also mentioned there's a way you sell a poison to somebody. The person will drink it without asking. It will be doubting, if I drink this poison, will it kill me? Just because of the way you sold it. So that's what I'm saying is, you see the obedient ninja. I love the word self, the obedient ninja. Sometimes I just want to be ninja, I just dress like them, begin beat these people. But when I think of the way these people will handle you once they say you are coming like a ninja, but then it will be scary to them, and for you they can easily just brand you as somebody that is trying to terrorize the government or anything. But the way you present these timber warriors, as a symbol of hope, a symbol to build a new Nigeria with wood and not with like sword or ninja kind of mentality, it will sit well with people, and people can easily start buying into it. Before you know, people are already just the way the obedient ninja now is going viral, which I'm happy about. But it's just that the fact that you can't really push these obedient ninjas into say, okay, make everybody be ninjas. Otherwise, they will just say on that day, now fight one come fight. Oh. Is that's their mentality of say we are coming to fight is what I'm trying to avoid with these obedient ninjas, which is great because eventually timber warriors are heroes, and those heroes can be ninjas. But it's the messaging now that I'm really concerned about. But for me, I will keep doing my best to keep saying this out. But the earlier we as a people, we realize that we can't just keep watching these people do this thing to us. Everybody's just scared and are you gonna keep doing this and they keep enslaving us? Man, I don't care for this Nigeria, man. This is
We
are
we
you the
we all
mic,
then.
please?
Oh, yeah, it is. I understand. I understand the frustration when you look.
Where's the booklet? What these two? Inside. No, the two. No, the two. This is what we discovered at Agatha High School, the club. Full two booklet was printed. Already, they are trying to smuggle it into the box before our party agent alert us. On getting to that place, we saw these two booklets already printed, and they are trying to smuggle it into the ballot box for ADC. They have printed the two booklets for ADC, and see it. This is the evidence. Two booklets, and these are the electoral officers that are on duty. These are their faces. 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 Two booklets. Two booklets, fully printed. At Agatha High School, Ekwabia Ward 2. At Agatha High School, Ekwabia Ward 2. They have already printed it for ADC. For ADC. For ADC. Two full booklets have been printed here. At Agatha High School, Ekwabia. At Agatha High School. Fully printed. Fully printed. Two booklets. Two booklets. Two booklets. This is what we discovered already. We don't know what they have done before. But this is the current one they are trying to smuggle in before we got to them. Two booklets. Two booklets. At Agatha High School, Ekwabia. Ekwabia Ward 2. At Agatha High School, Ekwabia Ward 2. Fully printed. Fully printed. Fully printed. Fully printed. Two booklets. Two booklets. Two booklets. Fully two booklets. At Agata High School, a club. Two booklets. 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 So I got a high school fully printed for ADC. Fully printed for ADC. Look at it. The club award 2. The club award 2. Fully printed. Fully printed. Two booklets. Two booklets. Fully printed for ADC. Fully printed for ADC. Fully printed for ADC. And this is the ballot paper number. This is ballot paper number for this one. This is ballot paper for this one. So, two of them. This is ballot paper. Thank you very much.